All right, today we're going to dive into a really fascinating collection of Tamil writings. We're talking stories, poems, and some seriously deep philosophical ideas. But what's so cool is that there's one simple yet incredibly powerful question that ties it all together and is going to guide us through this whole journey.
For whom? I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This is the question that echoes through every single page. For whom do we work? For whom do we struggle and think? And ultimately, for whom do we exist? It really sets the stage for a deep dive into life and what it all means. So let's get into it.
Now, before we get lost in all the big, abstract ideas, the journey starts us somewhere very real. It grounds us in the world we can actually see and touch. You know, this philosophy doesn't begin in some ancient temple or a fancy university. Nope, it begins right on the street.
So we're introduced to this elderly woman, someone who sells fresh greens to get by. She's not a famous philosopher, she's not a sage, but her life, her life embodies a powerful truth about what it really means to exist and to just keep going.
And get this, every single day she carries this weight on her head. Just think about that for a moment. 15 kilos. It's this constant physical burden she has to bear, day in and day out, just to make a living.
And that's not even all of it. On top of the weight, she walks this incredible distance every day. From the market where she buys the greens, all the way to the neighborhoods where she sells them. Her entire business, her whole livelihood, is literally powered by her own 2 feet.
See, she doesn't have a storefront or a bunch of money invested. Her own strength, her endurance, that unwavering effort she puts in every single day, that is her capital. Her life is just this incredible testament to human will in its absolute purest form.
Okay, so after painting this raw, powerful picture of human labor, the journey takes a pivot. We move from the concrete world to the world of ideas. It becomes an inner journey, really, a search for meaning and for the divine.
And right away, we're hit with this challenge to define what we're even looking for. What is God? Is it a physical thing we can point to? Is it just an idea we build in our own minds? A series of actions we take? Or maybe, is it all just in our imagination?
The answer that's presented here is just fascinating. It suggests that God isn't any single one of those things. Instead, it's the integration of all of them. God is the body itself, made of the 5 elements. It's the action of our senses, seeing and hearing. It's the concept of our structure, and it's the pure awareness of all of that happening at once. It's a completely holistic view.
And this leads us directly to the core idea of existentialism. You know, the philosophy that we aren't born with some fixed identity. We are the sum of our experiences. It's our moments, our challenges, our pain, our losses that truly forge who we become. Just like the woman selling greens is defined by her daily labor, we are all shaped by the moments that test us.
So, from that pretty universal philosophy, the focus now zooms in. We start looking through a specific cultural lens, exploring the unique worldview of the Tamil people and how they've approached these huge questions.
And here, a really interesting distinction is drawn. It says that while the ancient Greeks gave us what you could call vijnanam, or science, which is knowledge of the outer world, the Tamils offered megnanam, or spiritual wisdom. And this is a kind of knowledge that comes from understanding the inner world.
And that spiritual wisdom at its heart is fundamentally inclusive. This famous saying captures its essence just perfectly. One clan, one God. It's a philosophy that's all about breaking down barriers, about seeing all of humanity as one big family, living under a single, unifying divine principle.
So, where does this all lead us? Well, in this final section, the entire journey turns inward. After exploring daily life, divine ideas, and cultural wisdom, the focus comes right back to the self and the path to finding inner peace.
And the key, as it turns out, is this idea of Ipos-Tial, the philosophy of now. It's really all about being fully present. When we can focus on this exact moment, we quiet all the noise from the past and all the anxiety about the future. And in that silence, we find this incredible, powerful clarity.
And this path is laid out for us in a beautiful synthesis. First, you experience the outer world. Then, you turn your focus inward to cultivate your inner self. And here's the magic part. Once the inner world is pure, your entire perception of the outer world actually transforms. This all culminates in the highest realization of all, Enbe Shivam. Love is divine. This leads to a pretty radical shift in perspective, right? The idea that you are not some small, separate thing just living in the universe. No, you are the universe. You're an expression of it, totally interconnected, absolutely essential, and whole.
Which brings us to what is maybe the most famous and powerful statement in all of Tamil literature, a perfect way to sum up this entire philosophy. Yatham Oware Yavaram Kellier. Simply put, to us all towns are one, all people are our kin.
And so we end right back where we began. If all towns are one, and if all people are our family, then that first question, for whom? It takes on a profound new meaning, doesn't it? Maybe we don't just live for ourselves. Maybe, just maybe, we live for everyone.